Ladies and gentlemen, it is your man in Japan, Jay Contra. I'm here at the Surugaya specialty store in Fukuoka, Tenjin, and after going over all those Game Boy games, I thought I'd spoil myself and look at the Gamecube selection. I made an interesting discovery because here is a perfectly good copy of Super Mario Sunshine, which would originally be, I think, $40 at Madarake, but here it is for $28. Not bad. For $26, it's a bit more beat up. They even have a bunch of like coverless games. Like here's Luigi's Mansion, $9. How much is the cover? Yeah, $16. Look at that difference. So here's the difference. So put this one away. Here's Wind Waker. $8 for Wind Waker. That's really good. Wind Waker's too good of a game. What do we have here? Oh wait. Oh, is this? Oh, here's the Gameboy Player Dvd. You can never find these. $16. Golf, Mario Tennis, Street, $8. It's quite a good selection here. Got the Bait and Kaitos. Remember, be very careful, because oftentimes you'll find this Bait and Kaitos. It's got the 2 discs. Sometimes you'll just find this first one here. But the original game came out in this big box. For some reason they didn't put both discs into one box. What we got? We'll kind of do this a bit quicker. GoldenEye for $37. Oh, then here's Cubivore. That's $15. That's way cheaper than the English version. For Soccer, Toshin the Giant for $12. Killer 7 for $30. Interesting. Very interesting. Kedo Kedo Kingu, $5. Oh, Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes. This used to be way more expensive. Crazy Taxi, that's right, all the Dreamcast games got ported over. Capcom vs. SNK 2. $6, 9. So wait, this is 6, because the box has yeah, this box is real beat up. It's an okay version for 9. Oh, Kirby's Air Ride. $50. This is probably the rarest main N64 game. You know, the regular release. Scush. $12. Here's Giftopia. It's a game I see quite often, but I should play it once in a while. Or eventually, I should say. Wave Race Blue Storm. This is a launch day game. Skies of Arcadia, $24. Eternal Darkness is $8. 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker, $30. Made by Sega and Acclaim. Interesting. So yeah, then Twilight Princess. This might be the second most sought-after GameCube game after Kirby's Air Ride. $55. Used to be even more expensive, surprisingly. But then the what came out? Oh yeah, the Wii U version came out for Twilight Princess. Then Ikaruga, fantastic game, absolutely. $48? Yeah. Blue Storm, Gashapon Wars. Huh, oh, it's a shogi game. This is a cool box design though. You know, usually the American versions, the English versions of games look shittier for the art design, but they really nailed it for the American version of Ikaruga. I don't like the Japanese version that much. Fox Assault, US tuned A Auto Modelista. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, Rogue Squadron 2. $20. That seems cheap. I feel like it should be more expensive.
Gamecube 4番そこまで一応めっちゃ古いね。ゲームキューブでもダイヤモンドは
Pro Yaku, Super Robot Tyson, Jinsei game. This is what I was talking about. They took the game of life and they went absolutely wild with it. Super Mario Strikers, Zoids, $14 for Zoids. Oh, Everything or Nothing. Did I play this? I've played a couple of the James Bond games with Pierce Brosnan in it, and they're somehow even worse than the movies, but I do love the movies. They're not bad games. I shouldn't talk that much shit about them. Oh, $8 for Super Monkey Ball? That's way cheap. That's something to pick up. Evolutia, $10. Star Soldier. You know, I've never played Star Soldier, but I see it all the time. That's what I'm looking at. Oh, here's your Sonic games. Sonic Heroes. Star Fox Adventure, $5. Zoids. And there's Sonic Adventure DX. That's something I want to pick up. I guess it's a different... Oh, it's a lot of stuff. That's cool. Oh, it's got both of them? Oh, it's got both of the Sonics. Sonic Adventures. Nice. Cool. Okay, a couple more Zoids games. I'll just skip past those. Charinko Hero. Then Puyo Puyo Fever. $14 for that. Disney Sports American Football. Oh my god. I've got a 1080 Silver Storm. Didn't Nintendo release 1080? Didn't they develop that? Let's see what. Oh, Tales of Symphonia. That takes me back to middle school. $2. $2 for this? Are you kidding me? Wow. Soul Calibur 2. $5. Wish I'd played that more back in the day. Jodo Q. What are we looking at? Donkey Kong 3. Made it all the way to 3, did they? Gundam game, $15. Dokapon Deluxe, $20. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Another Donkey Kong game. Wait, no, this should be over here. Then we got Naruto. A couple of Naruto games. These are usually cheap. I don't know why this is $16. This was released in 2005, so it's a later game. Oh, here we go. We're getting to some good games now, folks. Excuse me. Here we've got the 4 Biohazard games. Oh wait, no, they've got the whole set. Wow, $2.50? Are you kidding me? $5. Well, yeah, $28 for Resident Evil 2. And then another $28 for... That's in good condition. It's actually not a bad price for Resident Evil 3 for the Gamecube. Remember, these weren't complete remakes. These were just ports, essentially. And then the Big Daddy. This is in real good shape. I've definitely seen games in worse condition. That's actually... Wow, yeah. If you put these all together, that's what, $50 or something? A little bit over? 60 for all of the Resident Evils that came out on the Gamecube. Oh, even Code Veronica. I forgot that came out on the Gamecube. $20 for Code Veronica. Yeah, they've seen better days. Still. There's 4. Fair Shape Virtuous Striker 3. Version 2002. We've also got Obaten Kaitos 2. This is another 2-disc game. Baten Kaitos 2. This is another, I wouldn't say, it's definitely uncommon. It's hard to find. They did at least take off a few bucks for the sleeve damage. See it there. What else have we got? Well, it's some weird, I've never seen this before. Bataru Hoshin. $3. That jump fighting game. Beyblade. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. $6. I remember playing this when I was a kid. I actually thought it was quite good. Now let's move past Harry Potter. Oh, here's another Harry Potter. Oh, Quidditch. Quidditch World Cup, $4. Oh, episode 3. Wow. $7 for episode 3. I definitely feel like this should be more expensive for some reason. Beach Spikers. We've got Hikaru Go. Wow, okay. It's a Go game. I think, yeah, I feel like I saw this back at Mandarake. And then we've got Pikmin 1 and 2. Fantastic games. This is steal. Absolutely. Like, get these together for, this is $9. $18. Come on, these are great games. Absolutely loving these prices. This is product number 3. This was definitely a game that, I feel like had a lot more potential, but I think, was this a launch game in America? I think it might have been. We got, oh, Beautiful Joe. Wow. And then, yeah, Phantasy Star. Hold on. So we've got this version here. Oh, is this the one with the... Oh, it's got the modem adapter. Whoa. For $10? Oh, this is really tempting. And so why is this one more expensive than the one on the right? This one has the modem with it. That's crazy. Bloody War Extreme, Bleach. Okay, let me see if there's any other heavy hitters. Homeland is a very interesting game. It's trying to be Phantasy Star Online. You can play it online, but, well, not today. $9. Is it worth $9? I'm not sure. Oh, wow, look at all these Harvest Moons. I didn't know there were so many Harvest Moons for the Gamecube. $9 a pop. Well, this one's on the right is $5. Interesting. That might be worth picking up. Okay, well, with my time remaining, we've almost done all of the Gamecube games. But let's go to the Super Famicom. They have an absolutely impressive box collection. I've never seen this many Super Famicom boxes. And they're actually not terribly unreasonable. So if we look over here, if we look at the big hitters, we've got both Fire Emblem games. We've got Genealogy of the Holy War, and we've got, Mystery of the Emblem, $15, $13. You know, sometimes I'll see these for 10, but come on, if you see them and you don't have them, get them. Fantastic games. Then we even have Final Fantasy V for $10 and Final Fantasy IV for $11. You know, okay, sure, if you go to Hard Off, maybe you'll find them in the junk section, but they're not going to look this good. This is actually really good condition. So $10, I mean, you'll get $10 out of that game. Anything else? Breath of Fire 2. Remember, Japan is very spoiled when it comes to these classic RPGs, although I did not much care for Breath of Fire, TBH, much like Saga. I did not like it. But $17, I mean, these are really expensive in English, aren't they? Here we go. Oh, this is big. This is going to be big. Let's see how much the Mega Man X games cost. So Mega Man X1. Okay, it doesn't have the manual. I don't know why the frick I always find Mega Man games without the manual. What happened? Why did people remove the manual from these games? I don't know. But here's one for $24. So you can get basically the cartridge. It's $24. And here's Mega Man X3 complete. It is $46. I think, doesn't the cartridge in English go for like $300 for Mega Man? Like, this is $46 freaking dollars. Although this is actually cheap. I've seen it more expensive in Mandarake. But of course, you know, that's going to be every game pretty much. Oh man, this store does have some pretty good music. I just hope it doesn't get me copyright struck. Rockman 7, $27? $27 for Rockman 7? Complete? Are you freaking kidding me? I got my dad. My dad loves The Rocketeer, so I picked this up for him a while back for Christmas. I tried to get him all Rocketeer memorabilia that I come across. Because, I mean, you know, it wasn't that big of a movie. It was a good movie. It wasn't that big. So when you see memorabilia for it, you gotta pick it up. This is another game. I love brawlers. I love the belt scrollers. I just haven't been able to get around to playing Rushing Beat yet. Oh, and then they even have a Lady Stalker. I know I have the cartridge of this. I've always wanted to play this. This always looked like a pretty wild game put out by Taito. Here you can get it for $9. And how much? Rushing Beat. Oh, here's a regular Rushing Beat. It's $35, thereabouts. $35 for a complete copy. Maybe like $20. Return of the Mag. Oh, it's such a good song. If you haven't heard Return of the Mag, just go YouTube it right now. Stop this video. I know, I shouldn't be telling you to stop my own video, but Return of the Mag is just too good of a song. Anything else? Lots of boxes. A bunch of hits. Front mission, no, actually, Gun Hazard. I freaking loved Gun Hazard. This is a really cool, like, mobile, you know, like an action RPG, only you're in, like, a Gundam. Very cool. Put out by Squaresoft. Oh, and then here's Final Fight Guy. They actually put this out? Yeah, it doesn't have... It's supposed to come with a CD, but Final Fight Guy for $60? Usually I see it for, like, $80, even without the CD. What do we have here? Oh, original Star Fox. Wow, yeah, a bunch of hits. $30. It's damaged. We've got some scuffs, but it's complete. $30 for Super Metroid. Star Fox. $10. Yeah, maybe sometimes you'll find it for $5, but $10 is pretty good. I'm doing a couple Bombermans. I wish I knew more about the Bomberman series, but I barely know the N64 games. $14. Another $14 for Bomberman 2. Then what is this? Oh yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've talked about the Nintendo Power. This was a white cartridge that you would get. You would take it down to a convenience store and you would write games to it from a machine. That's how Thrakia 776 was released from Fire Emblem. Before it got an official release, you had a lot of games. This has some Megami Tensei game on it, $30. I don't know if the memory's volatile or not. That's my issue with a lot of these Super Famicom memory cartridges, is you don't know when that thing's going to delete itself. Just because, you know, if one of those bits flips, you're toast. Oh, and then Area 88. I would love to play this. So here we go. This one's $34. This one's $34. I think it's got some damage to its manual. This one's $38. And the outside is not in that great shape. But Area 88 is something I really would like to play one of these days. And that's actually not a bad price. I think I've seen it go for $40. The cartridge can easily be $20. Oh, Raccoon Rascal. Look at this rascal. What are you doing? It's a little puzzle game. Never seen it before, actually. Let's see here. There's another Super Famicom memory cartridge, and I couldn't tell you what's on it. They actually didn't write it down. So it's like, all right, I guess you're just rolling the dice, hoping you might get Thrakia 776. I think Dracula X is also on it. Castlevania X is also on it. A couple of Fire Emblem games. That's the problem, is sometimes you'll just get like a $10 game on those. So it's like, why take the risk? Oh, here's Bonks. Here's Super Bonk. $16 for Super Bonk? That seems quite cheap. At least I feel like I'd get 16 bucks out of Super Bonk. There's Goemon. I think these are supposed to be really good. The Super Famicom Goemon games. Some nice little adventures, and of course, because they're good, they're a little bit more expensive, like 30 bucks. Maybe you'll get lucky at a hard off, but if you find them and you want to play them, why not just buy them here? The Surugaya, it's got a good selection. It's got some really good prices. Yeah, the condition's not going to be as good as Mandarake, but like this R-Type looks fine. Super R-Type for 28 bucks. Yeah, I mean, it's not R-Type. R-Type 3 is the real expensive one for the Famicom. That can easily go for like $70 plus. Populous. We go to Onigashima. I love Super Famicom Box Art. This is absolutely incredible work going on here. Because, look, CD games are great, and they're from the future, but these are twice the size of CD cases. So they have a little bit more punch, and because they were released in the early 90s, I feel like the art style was a lot cooler. Like, I love the original Donkey Kong art. Like, yeah, it's that bad CG, but it really just speaks to me as someone who grew up when these games were coming out. What are the other hits? I can't really see anything. We could just look at the art. I mean, that's what we did with the Gamecube games, so why not? Oh, here's a couple interesting titles. Here's Chibi Maruko-chan, $6. Tiny Toon Adventures, 50 bucks for Tiny Toon Adventures? Is it that sought after? Now we've got Tenshi no Uta. That looks cool. I know, great strategy expert World War II. If it wasn't for the fascist tank, I think this would be pretty cool. Anything else? Oh, I love this. Yeah, this art in particular. It's supposed to have been, 94 Hudson Soft game. What is it? Daikaiju Monogatari. There's a bunch of games. I can't even see. It's when it's like, how am I supposed to read that? What does that even mean? The Gure to Battle 2. Here's, oh wow, that's great artwork for Samurai Spirits. 10 bucks. Cyber Knight. Oh, and this is a new Super Famicom game. This came out a couple years ago. Yeah, it came out in 2017. This is like a fighting game that someone released. Who came out with this? Foxbat. Yeah, this, it's definitely a game. I'm surprised they even have it here. What are we looking at? Yeah, let's go to the Game Boy Advance games. I promised some portable games. And so why don't we hit the Game Boy Advance games? We'll try and find the heavy hitters. Oh wow, they really came out with 3 Ace Attorney games for the Game Boy Advance? I didn't know that. Here we go. Here's all 3 Ace Attorney games. Hopefully that's in the picture. $6, $3, $5. I don't think my Japanese is good enough for these games, though. I don't even think I could do well in English. Oh, how much for F-Zero? $8? Just $8 for F-Zero Advance? That looks so cool. We got, Golden Sun. I absolutely love the Golden Sun games. They're probably my favorite RPGs for the Game Boy Advance. One of my favorite RPGs of all time. $12, and then the 101. Sorry, getting my numbers confused. $16 for the sequel. I remember you could port. Oh my god, crazy! You would So I didn't have 2 Game Boys at the time, but what you could do is you play through the first one. You can transfer your characters over to the next one. And it was a lot easier if you had 2 Game Boy Advances. I did not. So I had to write out, I think it was like 5 pages of a code to get all of my characters over. The only thing is my characters were really high level. They were like in their level, they were maybe even a level 100. So when you poured them over, the game was over because you would just obliterate absolutely everything. But that's actually how I think it should be if you put that amount of time into a game. Oh, F-Zero, The Legend of Falcon, Faruko no Densetsu, $16. Oh wow, I've been looking for this forever. Game Boy Wars. This is Advance Wars. This is Advance Wars 1 and 2. $50. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna have to come back. $50. This is so in Japan when. I think, yeah, the Advance Wars 1 and 2 first came out in America, and they didn't even come out in Japan in a retail box until 2004. But, oh my god, I can't believe they have it. I've been looking everywhere for this. Oh, I wish I had $50. Oh my god. Well, we'll see. I'm going to have to do a lot of soul searching after this video. I actually haven't played the second one, but I played the first one so much when I was a kid. I was in middle school. I think I was like in 7th or 8th grade at the time. So I think we're hitting 30 minutes soon. So why don't we just Final Fantasies, the Final Fantasies on the Game Boy Advance. I heard these weren't good ports, but that might have been the PlayStation versions. I think they messed up the sound on these. Someone's gonna have to maybe leave me a comment because I've never actually played those games yet. Other things I own but I should play are all of the Fire Emblems for the Game Boy Advance, which can get really expensive. Here we've got the Lightstone. I can't remember what the English names of these are. This is $30, and then we've got the Seal Sword for $36, and then we've got, I think they just released this as Fire Emblem, right? Like this was the first one I think they released in English. That's $46. And then we'll also, again, and on Pokemon, I cannot freaking find a copy of Emerald or Ruby to save my life. Wish I'd bought those years ago, but the Pokemon March continues, and sure, you can find Sapphire. $17 isn't bad. It's not that Ruby is much more expensive, it's just you can't find it. I had a hell of a time finding Omega Ruby. And here we've got, I love the shiny... the shiny boxes for Fire Red and Leaf Green. $33. Yeah, but I wish I would absolutely buy this copy, but you see these edges have been bleached and I want just a nice copy. They also you gotta make sure they include the wireless adapter. I don't know what exactly it's used for besides trading, but be careful with that. So I think that's it. I don't see anything else super cool. Any difference? No, I can't tell any differences. These are actually really cheap. Normally these would be like $45, I think. Oh yeah, okay, no, here's something we can end on. Here's Mother 1 and 2 and 3. These used to be way more expensive. These used to be like $60 plus. We got Mother 1 and 2 going for $48. We got Mother 3 going for $45. So I'm going to call it here. I've been your man in Japan, Jay Contra, at the Surugaya specialty store here in Fukuoka, in Tenjin to be specific. Thanks for watching. See you next time, and mahalo.